Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and it's day right after Season 4 finally came out, so now we can rejoice, come together, and cry, and tilt, and smash our computers, and control. Okay, maybe I'm the only one that does it. Maybe you guys are actual decent human beings, but for this video, I did want to talk about your placement games and ranking right afterwards, because there's going to be a whole batch of people that feel like they place way too low after their placement games, but I want to make this video just to explain, like, hey, your placement games aren't actually going to determine where your rank is. If you win all 10 placement games, you're not going to get placed at Grandmaster's top 500, but if you lose all 10 placement games, you're not going to get placed at bronze, at silver. So to negate all that like stress, anxiety, I just want to make this video and not claim that I know every single little thing about the ranking system, but just kind of shine some light on how the ranking system kind of does work, at least in my eyes, and just to explain like why you kind of did place a little bit low, because I'm not going to give my rank in this video. I know like in this video I probably should, but the reason why is because I'm going to make this video just compiling all 10 of my placement games in this little funny moments montage. I think the day after tomorrow, because it's like 4 hours long. So if I tell you guys my rank in this video, you probably won't watch that video because there's no point after that. So I really want you guys to watch the video because I'm going to put a whole lot of work in. It's just going to be a funny time. But in this example, let's just say I got at the end of season 3, let's just say I got placed at 3,000, about low diamond. If I play all 10 of my placement games, more than likely, even if I win 5 of my placement games, I'm more than likely going to get placed under, even though I won half of my games. You think, some people will think like, oh, I won half of my games, I should at least be placed back at where I was. But the main reason why I feel like people place lower than where they were at the end of season 3 is because Blizzard wants this mentality of you guys to win, or at least to get back to where you were. And some people will say, well, at that point, I'm stuck in Elo Hell, I'm stuck at Platinum, and now I got to work all the way back to where I was. Well, yeah, but here's the thing. Okay, so obviously nobody likes to be told that they're a bad player. Nobody likes to think like, no, you don't belong in Diamond, you actually belong in Platinum at very low Platinum, and that's where you're going to stay. But here's the thing. If you win, if you actually do belong back into Diamond, you're going to win. You're going to work your way back all the way up there, and that's just a really good feeling. I think that's more of a better feeling than being told that you're a bad player, is just being able to prove like, actually, I do belong in Diamond because I just won a whole bunch of games back in the Platinum ranking. And I think that's what Blizzard is trying to go for. And also another reason why I think people place really low is because it's really hard to determine where you actually do belong, because you probably more than likely played multiple heroes. In my placement games, I played a whole lot of Mei, I played Tracer, and I played Mercy a little bit. And I feel like especially, this is going to be a video all on its own, but I feel like Mercy players and just healers in general are going to place at a lower rank than where they were previously, because it's hard to determine how much DPS and how much kills you are getting based on your healing stats. Because yeah, healing is a big, viable, and just important part of an Overwatch team, but compared to kills, compared to like a soldier or a McCree or even a Mei or even to tanks to an extent, it's hard to determine like if you actually are in the Grandmaster ranks just based on your healing. If you played Mercy all 10 of your placement games, I feel like you're going to get placed at a very lower rank because you didn't really get a lot of kills. Sure, you did get a lot of healing, but then again, like I said, I don't know how the placement system works. I don't know the algorithm. There's only a certain amount of people at the Blizzard team that really does know how this works and probably could explain it better than I could ever could. Another reason possibly is to just negate that possibility. Like, okay, say you were at Diamond and somehow you got placed at mid Masters or even high Masters. I don't want to say you don't belong there, because maybe you are an actual Masters player, but the way that the placement games work, at least from what I saw, for me personally, I got placed with Diamond players, I got placed with Platinum players, and I got placed with Masters, GMs, and even top 500. So if I were to win against those Grandmasters and top 500 players, they'd probably place me against more Grandmasters and top 500 players, but not in that ranking per se. They would just pair me against these players, and if I won a bunch against them, they would place me more, and then more, and then more, and then I would probably get placed at about high Masters or so, because I was able to prove like, hey, I actually do belong in those rankings, but they're not going to place me in those rankings just yet because they want me to prove more that I do belong in those rankings, because 10 placement games is very hard to determine where you are as a player, and especially with your past season rankings being considered in your 10 placement games, because it's not a clean slate. I just want to emphasize that, like, when you play your 10 placement games, it's not a brand new slate. It's not going to be like, hey, if you win all 10 placement games, you're going to be placed in top 500. I think I said that at the beginning of the video, but they're just going to place you against other people that are of higher ranks, and if you win against those people, then more higher ranks, then more and more and more. and then you're probably still not going to be placed in those rankings, but probably very, very close to the point where you actually have to work harder and harder. Because if you get placed at Grandmasters, you have no goals to work for. Sure, there is decay and whatnot, but say you were like a mid-diamond player and you got placed at Platinum, well, your goal is to work back to where you were and then some, because then what's the point of Season 4 if you're just placed at back where you were? Blizzard wants you to play their competitive game. They want you to play their games, so if you already meet your goal in your 10 placement games, that just kind of negates the factor of you playing their games. So again, I don't want to claim like I know every single little thing about placement games and the ranking system in Overwatch, but you just gotta think like they want you to play the game and they want you to feel like you are a good player, but they're probably going to place you at a lower ranking to prove that you are a good player and just eternally just smack kids around. So anyway guys, again, this was kind of a hard video to make because these aren't hard solid evidence and hard solid facts, but I just wanted to make a video just to explain. It's like, alright, chill. Maybe you were a Platinum player in Season 3 and you got placed at Gold or maybe even high silver. Now your goal is to work your way back to where you were, because it's not, some people say they will be stuck in Elo Hell, but I've done it multiple times where I worked back all the way where I was at my peak of the season. So I don't want to say it's not undoable, but it's not that hard compared to working your way up to a new ranking per se. So you're going to gain a lot of SR after your placement games, and you're going to work your way up back to where you were at the end of Season 3, and then some. Maybe your next goal is going to be Diamond. I don't know what it could be. But anyway guys, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More videos to come, and bye.